In a world where justice can be hard to come by, there are times when corrupt cops get served a slice of humble pie. Just like this first citizen who stood up to this brutal traitor and proved that the power of the people can kick injustice to the curb.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Hey, I was just on the phone with you. I just got off Philip. Is there any way you can tell him that this car just literally parked up here without
Okay, slow down. You didn't just get off the phone with me. I'm a different person. What is this in regards to?
I am so sorry. So I literally just got off the phone with a person. They're blaring music and flipping me off, and they're like over here with a Valvoline hit right beside the store.
Several officers were tasked to find the men who had insulted the caller and showed him the middle finger. As the cops were leaving the area, Officer Brown saw two people a few streets away who fit the description, but they were on foot.
What's going on, dude? What's up? What are you guys doing? Okay. You want to hang out here for a second?
Why?
Because I want to talk to you for a second.
Have I committed a crime?
Well, I don't know. Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
What crime have I committed?
Sit down.
What crime have I committed?
You as well. Have a seat.
What's going on here? What's going on?
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
What's going on?
Have a seat.
What crime have I committed?
Okay, so we're investigating a possible crime at Twice Dailies.
Okay.
Where are you guys coming from?
What's the possible crime?
Okay. 453. I'll take a second email.
Without investigating further, Officer Brown put one of the young men in handcuffs, saying that he was looking into a crime. But until then, no real crime had been reported.
Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me? How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll wait for my sergeant to show up.
Somewhere to go.
Stop.
I'm always in a hurry. God damn.
Hey, one.
Four.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4?
Four.
Congrats, you can count.
3.
I'm glad you
Oh, that's a
can count.
crime Nick.
I'm glad you did.
That's a crime Nick over there. That old one. I got the 4.6 liter. 2
Bro,
barrel.
why are you handcuffed?
I don't know. I ain't committed no crime.
Why are you being detained?
That's a great question.
What's the issue here?
Well, you tell me why we got a call for you guys.
We were just walking. We didn't do nothing.
For what?
This is a public sidewalk. I ain't committed no crime.
We're on public
Okay.
property and we're walking.
Okay, that's great.
I was
If
trying to
it's
handcuff.
determined that you're not the two juveniles we're looking for, you'll be free to go. Okay, but right now we have a call for service. Two
Yeah, but a
juveniles.
call doesn't mean nothing. What have you investigated?
Okay, you're not going to tell me how to do my job and my law.
Well, you're not doing it right because I ain't committed no crime.
How old are
Another
you?
one.
How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Okay, good for you. Well, when you're an adult, you talk to me about adult things, but right
I
now,
don't ask questions.
okay, it's not a question, it's a statement. You watch way too much TikTok and YouTube, don't you?
What you talking about? Always wrong to know my rights, I guess.
I'm not questioning you, I'm just explaining things, but you're going to be a wise guy. Don't really care.
I guess knowing your rights is being wise.
You asked the question, I tried to answer it, but you're going to be a smart guy, little.
As the young men questioned the officer about the grounds for their detainment and the investigation, the officer started criticizing the man in handcuffs. Shortly afterward, Sergeant Phillips, who was the caller's friend, arrived on the scene.
Where's your car?
I don't ask questions.
You don't answer questions? How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Look like a juvenile with me, right?
What crime have I committed?
Oh, you're already in handcuffs. Perfect. How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
All right. There you go. Under arrest.
For what?
Suspicion of curfew. Till we can prove who you are.
Suspicion of curfew?
Yeah.
What's that even mean, suspicion of curfew?
Yeah. You look like you're underage.
So if I told you if I was 21, then it'd be okay.
Then I asked for your ID.
Well, what crime have we committed?
I just answered
It's
that.
not a stop and ID state.
Yeah, Tennessee's not stopping. You can't just go to someone and say, oh, you just look a certain
Okay,
way,
that
so
makes
we're going to arrest you.
The officers arrested both young men for breaking Franklin, Tennessee's curfew regulation. On weekdays, the legislation forbids anybody 17 or under from appearing in public between 11 and 5 and 12 to 5 on weekends. However, being legally employed is an exceptional case.
You have anything sharp on
I do
you?
not consent to searches or seizures.
I understand that.
All right, well, you're violating my rights right now.
Okay, I understand.
You have an ID on you? Okay, good for you. You can answer on a juvenile if you're underage of 18.
We're under arrest for being suspicion.
Never sit under arrest.
Under arrest for being suspicion.
Never sit under arrest.
Oh.
Did I?
What does it look like to you?
Why are we being
Am I free to go?
You tell me, street lawyer.
Are we being detained?
Yes, we're being detained, and we have committed no crimes.
Upon examining the men's IDs, the officers realized they were both of legal age. At that point, the cops should have apologized and removed the handcuffs before releasing the individuals. But that's not what happened.
Guess we don't live in America no more. It's a pure tyrannical state. You must obey the government. You are not free to walk the streets, sir.
What are we doing here, officers? What are we doing here?
We'll let you know. We're the ones that are in charge right now. If you couldn't
That's
tell.
all I'm asking.
Yeah.
They're just good detainers, man. You're wasting my time. I ain't breaking no law.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat, man.
Let's go. Have a seat next to your friend right here.
Oh, there you go.
They're getting physical. They're getting physical.
Listen.
I'm helping you down.
Sorry, man. I got bad legs.
Okay, I'm helping you down, so. Oh my god.
Dude, he's got a hernia. You gotta wash out, bro. You got medical conditions.
Okay. Good for you guys. Yeah.
Somewhere to be. I'm always in on her.
We'll get another full FIM
Just kidding.
for the harassment call from there. If we can prove they're overage, then they can go home.
Oh, so we haven't broken any laws? Is what I'm hearing?
You do realize that while you two guys are screwing around wasting our goddamn time,
I'm not
people
doing
are
nothing.
actually
You came
gonna
up to
help.
us. We was minding our own business.
I just got off a long shift and I'm trying to go for a walk.
Okay, so go home and stop bothering people because
We not bothering
you're
no one.
wasting
We
our
walking down
time.
the
Why do you think
sidewalk.
we're back here? Well, you're not, because your car is illegally parked on somebody's private property
you
that's
talking about?
closed because you were just in your car. You understand how easy this would have been had you just answered my questions in the first place?
But that's the thing, though. I live in America. I don't have to bow down to everything y'all say. I don't got to do whatever you say. I'm a free citizen. I am breaking no laws. I'm a free citizen.
What are they, 2 minutes?
While the other cops persisted in criticizing the young men, Sergeant Phillips decided to talk with his friend, who had reported the incident involving the two boys.
Are we free to go?
Nope. That's why handcuffs are on you.
They violate no rights.
I feel as though my rights are being infringed upon.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, do you guys have like medical, psychological problems, and like
Yeah,
that?
I actually have a hiatal hernia. It's severe.
No, like anything that would like actually make you guys act so strange and
I don't know.
I just work a lot, so I like to take
Okay.
walks at night.
okay.
Get outside, you know?
Despite their consistent defense, the officers kept insisting that the two guys had committed a crime. The police completely disregarded the fact that no actual crime was reported. The only things that had been reported were loud music and disruptive behavior.
The real crime is that you're wearing mismatched socks and the fact that you two have been rambling here for the last
Nah, the
15
real crime
minutes.
is that you came over here to detain me when I did nothing wrong.
I'll give you
You
that
searched
one.
me.
The real crime is you're wasting everybody's time.
You wasted my time. My time more valuable than your time.
It's not, because
you on
the
the
public-
clock and you violate my
The
rights.
public pays for us to service them, and when you two
Yeah,
are
and you're not servicing no one. Who you
My tax
servicing?
money.
Who are you
pay a lot of
servicing?
tax money working at Costco.
Who are you
Thank you for your
servicing?
service.
It's still tax money.
Who are you servicing?
America thanks you for your service at Costco. Okay.
America doesn't thank you for your service. You're a disgrace.
I don't work at Costco.
Well, one of you does. Your little name tag right there.
Little name tag. They got it for little, man.
Well, it is little, so.
Hey, bro, that might be what she says to you. But I know what she said to me.
You know, people at Costco make like
What's his name?
What's up, your boyfriend? What's his name?
what's 60 to 100K a year at Costco.
What's that?
You know they make like 60 to 100K a year at Costco if you're there for a while.
Well, money's not the point. The point is that we're here. Like, see that?
Well, you're talking about that taxpayer money.
They're servicing the public. Fire department's going to a call right now.
Yeah, and you know why no one hates the fire department? Because the fire department is
to make
helping
adult decisions.
To walk up the side of the
Walking on
road.
the sidewalk is not illegal.
Is that not an adult's decision to make? As adults, we don't have the decision to make the walk on the sidewalk.
I guess being a free citizen is no longer a thing.
seems like we in a kind of tyrannical state right now, since we in handcuffs are walking on the side of the road.
Do you have body camera?
I don't answer questions.
No, but you got to.
I don't answer questions.
Nah, you got to.
Name and badge number?
questions.
Name and badge number? Is it not in your policy?
No, you
Say
have
your
to
name
do
and
it
badge
now.
number? Okay, so you're violating two of our rights, and you not following policy. Is that what I'm heard?
Incorrect.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Phillips was unable to meet with his friend at the gas station as he was not around, so he inquired with an employee about the details of the car's drivers and what exactly happened.
Do you want them trespassed from here? Okay. If they're harassing y'all, they're up here, they're street lawyers and don't understand why we're getting out with them and why they have to ID themselves, and they just parked at the business back here that's closed. And
yeah, I was in the bathroom. Howard told me they've been here for about an hour, so I went over there and I told them they need to get their gas. This isn't a hangout spot. They need to leave. And they started calling obscene names.
fair enough. Figured when I was up here heating up my food, they spend about 5-10 minutes on the candy aisle, so I figured they're either trying to buy beer or trying to buy smokes and weren't old enough.
Oh, they weren't getting it.
They look like they're about 16.
They weren't getting it anyway.
Alrighty.
After searching their car and finding no evidence against them, Sergeant Phillips eventually freed the men, saying that since they were of legal age, they could not be arrested under Franklin, Tennessee regulation.
We'll cut you out of here because we now know that you're not out after curfew, but you are banned from the dailies. You over harassing the clerk. That's the reason we got out with you as well. Because he asked you to leave and you gave him a bunch of lip and stuff like that. Oh, any other questions?
No, sir.
How about you?
Name and badge number?
Phillips?
All right. You have a good night.
All right, you dismissed.
Wishful thinking.
Freaking fry. Yeah.
Oh, sir, that look bones
Despite the clear violation of civil rights, the harsh truth is that proving damages may be challenging. The young guys were held and handcuffed for about 30 minutes, but without concrete evidence or significant harm, their chances of obtaining compensation were slim. However, sometimes police officers evade consequences after violating citizens' rights.
You're in public.
You're standing inches from me. You are the sheriff of this county. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution. You're not going to have a civil conversation?
Veteran First Amendment Auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to conduct an audit of the Limestone County Sheriff's Office. As he was filming the outskirts of the building, a deputy rolled over, trying to intimidate him.
Who are you? And your name? I'm sorry? I can't hear you.
What are you doing?
I'm just taking some pictures and video of the facility.
Why?
For my own personal use. What are you doing?
There's a guy out there trying to film the jail.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I was going to go to lunch.
You were going to go to lunch? Don't let me stop you.
You're not stopping me.
Yeah, you're not detained, or you're free to go to get your lunch. There's... Okay.
The deputy didn't have much to say, but it was obvious that he didn't like being filmed. Moments later, he returned to Sean, his attitude taking a nosedive.
I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you. Your truck is very loud.
You don't have my permission to use my likeness in your film.
I don't have your permission to use your likeness?
Yeah, you're not using my image on your film.
Well, we're in public. You have security cameras here.
What's your name?
Well, my name is Sean.
Sean what?
Just Sean.
Sean, you gotta have a last name.
Just Sean, sir.
My attorney's gonna need it.
Your attorney's gonna need it? I'm sure he'll find me.
Not on your camera, I'm not.
You are in public. This is a public place. We're in public. You have security cameras here filming me.
What I'm saying is I don't know what you're doing.
I would appreciate it if you backed away from me. I would appreciate that. Just back away.
But what I can say...
I would appreciate it if you backed away from me.
You're in public.
You're standing inches from me. Back away.
You're in public.
Back away, officer. de-escalate. Get back in your truck and go have your lunch. Go enjoy your lunch. This is not what you want to do.
What's the name of your YouTube page?
I wonder why these tyrants are so against transparency when there's nothing illegal or suspicious about it. The deputy's petty behavior escalated as Sean tried to de-escalate the situation.
You want to go to lunch. That's what you want to do. You don't want to do this. There's no reason for it. You thought you were going to intimidate me coming up on me like that. Didn't work, did it? Didn't back up an inch. Now please back up and de-escalate. Or go get your supervisor. Can you call a supervisor? Because this guy is trying to intimidate me. You intimidate those guys in there, you ain't going to intimidate me. You intimidate them because they're in handcuffs and they're in cells. I'm not either one of those right now.
Sean had yet to meet an officer here who wouldn't escalate and take things by the law. As he attempted to enter the lobby, resistance greeted him once more.
Absolutely disgusting.
You cannot video inside.
This is a public lobby.
Do not videotape
I'm here to get a complaint form since you don't want to take my complaint.
Complaint form is right down here at dispatch.
This is not a public lobby?
If you do the complaint form, go to dispatch.
Okay, but this is a public lobby, correct? I don't consent to using my likeness on your security camera footage, just so you know. So this is just the visitor center, guys. We're not going to be intimidated by these tyrants. Hey, Sergeant. Right.
Something wrong, or?
Sergeant Moore, no, it was just, my name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some B-roll footage of the facility here. I'm working on a story, the county facility here. And while I was doing that, some correctional officers approached me. One in particular, he got in my face, tried to intimidate me. And, you know, I just wanted to file a complaint against that correctional officer.
Okay, you'll have to say that with their supervisor. I'm a patrol sergeant.
Right.
That's going to be a...
Right, the supervisor just ignored me. He saw it happen. Like I said, he got like right in my face, like inches from my face.
Okay. Which supervisor did you speak to with corrections?
I believe it was Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Smith?
Sean talked to this deputy, who was much more cordial and was willing to listen at least. As directed, he went outside to look for a complaint form, but was stunned by the receptionist's answer.
We don't have complaint forms. You can talk to somebody and file a complaint.
Right, so there's no form that exists to file a complaint against a correctional officer?
Not at my office, no.
Not at your office?
No.
Where is the main sheriff's department?
So this is the main sheriff's department. The front office is just around the front.
I find it really just mind-boggling that there's not a form.
So the complaint starts if you have an issue with a deputy or a corrections officer, you talk to their supervisor, you go over with them, and then if there's anything to the complaint, the supervisor will then do a written counseling with the person you have the complaint on if there is any kind of violation of policy.
Right.
So there's not a form that I know of for you to fill out. However, when you speak to the supervisor, if there was a violation of policy or some kind of unethical conduct, the supervisor can then do a written counseling or a written disciplinary with the person, and it goes in their personnel file.
Are you with the Limestone County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question for you.
Okay.
I was told that there doesn't exist complaint forms to file a complaint against a deputy or a correctional officer in this case. Do you know that
not a form?
Like a form, like a complaint form, like somebody comes into the sheriff's department and says, hey, I want to file a complaint against deputy so-and-so.
Sure.
You just speak to a supervisor, there's no form you fill out?
Yeah, so not that I know, there's not, because I'm just patrol deputy.
Okay.
If you do want to make a complaint, you can just call up here Monday through Friday and report it to our captain.
Okay. Just mind-boggling to me. That I've been to police departments all across the country, and everybody has a complaint form. So
there could be one,
right?
Not to my
no, but
knowledge.
your sergeant told me there wasn't one, so I'm going to take his word for it.
Sir.
Tyrant deputies who can't handle a camera. No complaint forms in sight. Just when you think this department can't get any worse, the sheriff shows up and reveals why all the deputies have been acting so bizarrely.
Hey, Josh.
You requested to talk with me?
Yes.
The sheriff?
Yes, sir. I would love to speak to you.
So you got a complaint?
Yeah, so I was out here just taking some pictures and video. I was very cordial to everybody who came into contact with me, and Officer Rupp Said, what are you doing? I told him what I was doing. I was taking some pictures and video. I told him my name is Sean. I don't provide any other identifying information other than that, but Officer Rupp became very aggressive, got out of his vehicle. He was supposed to go to lunch. He says, hey, I'm going to lunch. I said, all right, so go to lunch. Have a nice lunch, officer. He gets right into my face, literally an inch from my face, inches from my face. I'm not here to harass anybody. I'm not here to try and do anything criminal in nature. I'm here to exercise my rights.
Can you show me the video of what happened?
Sure, I can show you the video, no problem. I can show it to you.
Real quick and I'll discuss it.
Okay, I'll show it to you. Hold on.
The sheriff demands to see the video, and just when Sean thinks he might get a fair solution, the sheriff drops a hilariously absurd remark.
Here's the deal, man. You're welcome to film and do everything, all right? I know what you're here for. You may get some reaction out of people. I'm gonna go talk to them and let them know that you can be here and you can do this. It's just part of it. But as long as you don't start harassing no one or sticking it up anybody's face, I don't care, man. You're welcome to be here. So.
Right.
But
what do you?
Talk with him.
Right. So I'm not looking for anybody to harass me. I'm not looking for anybody to intimidate me.
But are you trying? You're trying to provoke a reaction out of people. So
well, you just watched. You just watched the video.
But he didn't do anything illegal, did he?
It's very concerning that you're the sheriff of this county and you don't. You could say he didn't do anything illegal.
He didn't.
He didn't do anything illegal. Well, I would consider it harassment, so I would consider it illegal. I would consider it illegal. If I did that to you, if I walked up to you, so if it's not illegal, I can walk up to you and get in your face, right?
Yeah, you don't bother me, but you're not going to do to other people.
Okay, but I didn't do it to him. He came up to me. You saw the video, Sheriff.
I will go and I will talk to him.
But you saw the video. I was nowhere near him.
You're free to be out here, film, record, take pictures, whatever you want to do.
Right.
If you get a provoked reaction out of what you're trying to look for, you can't go complaining. But he didn't do anything legal. I will address it with him. But other than that,
but what about recording? Is provoking anybody, Sheriff? Huh? Just recording in and of itself is not provoking.
Right here today.
My goal is to peacefully exercise my rights and to see how our public servants, including yourself, Sheriff.
See if you can provoke.
No. To see how they react to us engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. It's scary to me. You took an oath. You are the sheriff of this county. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
I've told you what
You're not going to have a civil conversation because one of your. It is. I'm not being argumentative. You're saying that I'm here provoking people, but you're not taking accountability for your officers who tried to provoke me and intimidate me. Shameless behavior, Sheriff.
However, this next set of officers escalated the situation, ending up in a series of wrongful arrests. Little did they know how heavy this would end up costing them.
Northbound on West Boulevard, I have my lights on, going through a couple intersections between Lorraine and Madison. I'm explaining to my partner, I'm giving him a scenario. I tell him, this is a gun run. What would you do in a gun run? He starts going out, well, I'd get out of the car, I'd be in a certain stance, and I stopped him at that point. I said, this is a gun run. Be prepared for the worst case scenario. I tell him, have your gun unholstered already on your lap. Okay. He says, okay. And then, so as we're still proceeding northbound on West Boulevard, I explained to him that we're going to go in through the back way because it puts us right by the swings. Okay. And the back way is like West 100 by the fire station.
Okay. Officer Frank Garnback was called in for an interview. The officers knew from the beginning that the suspect was carrying a. They later revealed that they never heard from the dispatch that he might be a juvenile. Despite this, they should have parked the car across from him and ordered him to give up. However, they just barged in and foolishly confronted him directly.
So as we get to Madison Avenue, I go eastbound on Madison to West 100, I go northbound. Okay. As I turn on northbound onto West 100, you can clear shot into the park. I can see that there's nobody on the swing. I can see somebody in the pavilion. Can't make out anything until I get closer.
Pavilion is the gazebo area that's
Yes. It's right next to the swing. It's almost adjacent to it. Okay. As I get closer to the dead end, there's a sidewalk. You can go right up into the park. As I get up into that sidewalk, I can see the camouflage hat. I can see the gray coat and black sleeves. I said, there's the guy. So I start going up that way. I can see the guy stand up. He starts coming. He went like westbound for a few steps out of the pavilion, and he started proceeding northbound, like he's gonna run. So I drive the zone car through the grass and up and over. And as I'm driving through there, following. I keep telling my rookie, I go, he's gonna run, he's gonna run. Be prepared, he's gonna run. As I get closer and closer, the kid stops and turns and faces us. At this time, I can hear Patrolman Lohman yelling, "Show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands." I can see through here the kid reaching, pulling.
Officer Garnback couldn't control his emotions as he told the story of this incident. It was indeed very vicious how Officer Lohman had ended the kid's life.
I didn't know it was a kid. I could see him pulling the gun out of his waistband. I don't know if I was in the car or out of the car. I can still see him through the window. I heard 2 shots.
How many shots?
I think 2.
2. Yep.
I then run around the car. I can see the suspect down. And I can see right by him, there's a handgun, a foot or 2 away from his hand. I go running up to it. I kick the gun out of the way. I'm letting dispatch know that we have a male down, gunshot wound. We need EMS. We need a boss.
The story kept getting more emotional as moments after being shot, the boy's sister came running onto the scene as well. The officers, still unaware of what had happened, were having difficulty dealing with it.
He says no. He thinks he just twisted his ankle. I'm still looking at this kid. He's reaching still. We're telling him, "Show me your hands. Show me your hands." I know I kicked a gun away, but I'm not sure what he's still doing. And then he lifts his shirt up, and I think he went to show me his wound. Okay. At this time, I hear yelling and screaming coming from behind me. I look, and it's a girl coming out of Cadell Rec. She's saying, "You shot my brother. You shot my brother." So at this time, I know there's nothing on this kid. He's just laying there with no weapon. The weapon's far away from him. I go over to stop this girl from coming over here by him. I don't want her to see him. I don't want nothing going on over here. I try to grab her, and she slides to the ground. Meantime, Patrolman Lohman comes over by me, and an off-duty comes out of Cadell Rec.
The EMS took forever to arrive, and Rice was having a hard time breathing. That's when the officer took on the role of a paramedic.
While he's doing this, the kid's airways not doing real good. He tells me I have to put on a glove and put pressure here. I put on a glove, I'm putting pressure there, applying pressure. He's talking to the kid's looking at him, he's not saying much.
Is he saying anything?
No, nothing at all.
That you recall? Okay.
No, he's maybe moans.
Okay.
I can see that it's not looking good. I'm applying pressure. We got to roll him. We roll him. We checking for exit wounds. There's no exit wounds. We roll him back. He's asking, the FBI agent's asking if we have any blankets, any pads, anything in our car. I tell him, no, we don't. We have nothing. I get on radio. I'm telling them, speed it up, speed it up. And they don't. I mean, it don't seem nothing's going on. Hold on.
Take your time.
I can see this kid's eyes rolling in the back of his head. He's barely breathing, and there's no rescue squad here.
Garnback appeared visibly hurt from what he had seen. To be fair to him, he wasn't the one who fired the shots. Moments later, the cops also interrogated the actual killer, Officer Lohman.
It matched, the male matched the exact description that radio gave us: the camouflage hat, the gray sweatshirt with black sleeves, and it was a black male. And the male, was sitting there, and then he turns around and notices our zone car, approaching him. The male immediately stands up, and he grabs the gun off the table and shoves it in his waistband.
Okay, but how far do you think you were away from him at that point?
I would say, at that point, I knew he had a gun. So I opened the door slightly ajar, and I had presented my weapon, and I started screaming verbal commands. Put your hands in the air, put your hands in the air, let me see your hands, freeze, put your hands in the air. I said numerous times out loud, and I presented my gun, through the window, so,
Is your window down?
It was closed, I believe, not 100%. I believe it was closed, but I had the door slightly ajar open, and I was, making sure my gun could be seen by the male, so he knew that, this was not a joke, that we were serious,
Unlike the other officer, Lohman had no remorse and never once apologized for what he did. It was also discovered that he had been declared emotionally unstable and unfit for duty in his previous job as a police officer. He did not disclose this information to the Cleveland Police Department before joining and was hired without any background check.
The subject was already facing our zone car.
So he turns to you.
He turns to us as we're almost at a stop, I would say, a near stop. And as he's turning, he looks at me, he lifts up his shirt, and he takes his other hand and reaches down and begins to pull up a weapon, a black gun. Now, at this time, I'm pushing the door open and trying to exit the vehicle. Now, the vehicle could have still been moving at a very slow speed because I believe we were sliding a little bit because of the debris, and the subject, had the gun in the abdomen area, almost raised, and I fired 2 shots, and then I attempted to take cover and move, and in the process of taking cover, I believe I twisted my ankle and slipped and fell, and I was on the ground, but when I returned upward, I was leaning on the cruiser because my leg hurt. I was at the back of the cruiser, the rear end, but I couldn't stand because I had injured my ankle. And then my partner, and what I see when I stand back up is the black male was down, my partner had his gun drawn, and he was shouting verbal commands, "Let me see your hands, let me see your hands." Now the male wasn't complying right away with his hands, he was still moving them.
Where was he at this point?
He was on the ground, laying on the ground, on the cement portion of the gazebo.
It's bizarre to think that 2 armed police officers reacted so casually to a threat of a person carrying a gun. This incident underscores a critical issue within law enforcement, a lack of understanding and application of de-escalation tactics. It raises concerns about the training and mentality of officers who, in this case, acted as if they were killers in uniform rather than protectors of the community.
Once I got up, I began, yelling commands again, "Let me see your hands," because like I said, he was still moving his hands. And then once the male decided to, stop moving, my partner approached and kicked what looked like a 1911 model pistol, a handgun, black handgun, and then we approached and observed the male. He pulled up his shirt, to show that the gun was removed. Like, he didn't say anything, he was just pulling up his shirt, and it also exposed the wound to the upper abdomen. And I'm not sure the order of the sequence, but my partner did render aid, and I was observing the scene 360 for other threats.
After hearing his entire story, which he vaguely remembered, one of the investigators questioned him about the gun that Rice was carrying, as it was a critical incident. Once again, the crazy cop narrated the painful incident without any trouble.
Say it's with his right hand?
I believe it was with his right hand. One hand had the shirt, and the other was reaching down in his waistband and pulling up.
So you see his hand on the weapon?
Yes, yeah.
Where at on the weapon?
Like in a grip on the, the grip of the gun.
And then can you see the gun coming out?
He was pulling it upward towards his abdomen.
All right, and at that point is when you're out of the car and you fire 2 rounds?
2 rounds, yes.
And why'd you fire 2?
I fired 2, and I also wanted to get out of the position that I was in, because I was trapped in the doorway, and if I was fired upon, like, I couldn't go backwards, I couldn't go forward or left, because the door, I was trapped in the door. So the only exit option I had was to retreat to the back of the cruiser, and even that was kind of like a far retreat given the how close we were to them. But so I was able to lunge over to the area, but like I said, I hurt myself, and I was able to get behind the cruiser for cover. But at that time, when I stood up, the subject was already on the ground.
The detectives were also puzzled by how the officer couldn't distinguish between a real gun and a toy. When they asked him this question, his response was, once again, quite disheartening.
I'm a gun collector. I have multiple guns at home. I read on weapons. I follow history. I can identify guns, fairly easily. I read magazines. I'm a hunter, so I'm well-rounded with weapons. I can recognize weapons, and to me, it looked like like a military-issued Colt 1911 model gun, which is a larger 45 caliber weapon.
And with your experience of guns and collecting and reading everything, what did that gun look like to you?
It looked like a Colt 1911 model 45 caliber.
A BB gun?
No, it did not look like a BB gun.
It was a gun.
It was, yes, it was a gun.
Okay.
At the time I noticed that it was a BB gun is when Frank kicked it over and the magazine fell out, and when I did move myself from the back of his own car to approach the victim and where the gun was, then I noticed the magazine did not contain 45 caliber rounds. It appeared that it would be more suitable to contain like BBs.
Immediately after this interview, the FBI also got involved with the investigation, and Officer Lohman was fired from the department. However, the officials found the officer's actions reasonable as they justified the death of the young boy. However, Rice's family filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city and the police department, and the city had to pay them $6 million. However, this isn't the last time an entitled cop was caught breaking the law. On May 3rd, 2024, a veteran Miami-Dade police detective drove his SUV while drunk and crashed it into his colleague's marked police car. Soon after, he was arrested and multiple officers arrived to handle the situation.
Secure that. Gotcha.
And can you confirm is it correct?
Just stand there. I got you. You okay? Okay. I want you to sit up for me. I want you to pull over here, and I want you to sit against the wall.
Verify the ETA so I can update it with fire. Is it Southern 1 Lane or Southern 2 Street?
43-year-old Victor Montalvo had had too much to drink as he couldn't even sit properly. He was having trouble balancing himself, and soon the cops took him away, confiscating his gun in the process.
I don't have my handheld. My car.
He went over to tell the police that he had drunk too much. The cops managed to handle the situation, which could have been even more troubling.
They were doing I guess working the road. Who he hit? Hit him. You okay?
And this is...
Okay, stay here, girl. We gotta take our 39. Woo! Got it?
He was given 2 traffic criminal citations, and he pleaded not guilty to both of them. He was later relieved of duty. If you think this was intense, the actions of the next entitled police officer will leave you stunned.
Saved my life.
On November 22nd, 2021, a couple of officers from the Kansas City Police Department responded to a call about a person standing in the middle of the road and pointing up at the sky. As the officer got out of the car and approached him, chaos erupted and things got ugly pretty quickly.
Hey, what? Hey, relax. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. I think I got hit in the toe. Go free. 1038. I'll see off 1038. You saved my life.
This officer just completely lost his mind. But next up, we have an even worse case of a tyrant cop who ruined his career in a moment.
Absolute 2 Golf 10. We're going to be on 200 east, about 600 north. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Good. We had a call about a disturbance here.
There's no disturbance here. I'm not here. We're just talking.
Okay. Well, it looks like
we haven't yelled or nothing.
looks like you're trying to talk to someone that doesn't want to talk.
No, he had his window down. We've been talking. We had some house stuff to talk about and stuff, and we're just talking. He just keep him warm, I reckon. I don't know. I didn't ask him to get out.
Well, his window was rolled up. That's weird.
Well, you weren't here the whole time. His window wasn't rolled up. He rolled it up when he turned on his heater. But
she's leaving and I'm going.
We're not. There's no disturbance.
Officer Jean Joubert arrived on the scene and basically jumped to the worst conclusion, although the woman tried her best to explain.
So are you doing okay?
Oh, good. I'm good. Good. I'm just going in and she's leaving. So.
Yeah, we were just talking about some stuff.
Was there somebody else here? Because I'm confused now.
I am too. We didn't hear anything. Nobody's
maybe
yelled.
Maybe yelling through my window or something.
No, I was not yelling.
Talking loud, excuse me.
No, I was talking just like that. I wasn't talking loud.
What's your name?
Monty.
No, we haven't talked. I talk like this.
Are you guys ex?
Yeah.
Ex-wife? Okay.
So we still have some.
Who's the landlord?
Jeremy.
Any idea why he'd be calling?
Maybe she was yelling through the
window.
window.
No, but maybe they. I don't know. Monty, I was not yelling. And
well, I had the window closed. Maybe.
No, I was talking. This is as loud as I talk, so you can call that loud. Maybe tell him.
How far out are you?
Considering how puzzled both were, it's obvious that for some reason the landlord had called 911.
And he hadn't even. We don't have any issue. We were just talking about.
Can I just talk to you inside later in just a sec?
Sure.
Excellent. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay. No, I was just leaving. We were just talking. That's all we were doing. We're not arguing. We're not mad.
Okay.
Nothing.
Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me?
Well, you're cold.
Can you just keep them out of your pockets, please?
No, I don't have. You don't feel? I don't have anything in my pockets. Well, don't be silly.
Why don't you settle down a little bit, okay? It's something I do for my safety.
If somebody comes up and harassing you, you would get a little like, why are you harassing me? I didn't do nothing wrong. So
who's harassing you?
It feels like harassment.
I'm just asking you what's going on. I need you to stay here.
Greta was aware of her Fourth Amendment rights very well by refusing an unlawful search request by this corrupt cop. By this point, Greta was getting more anxious and concerned.
There's for crying out loud.
Okay.
Now you're exaggerating.
I need you to settle down.
There is no.
Based on the information I got, based on the information I was given.
You're not in power over anybody.
I'm about to put you in handcuffs if you don't stop.
No, you're not putting me in handcuffs.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
So let me tell you what the call was.
Wrong. I've done nothing
Let me tell you what the report was.
I don't care what the report was. He just told you we weren't doing anything, and we are the two people involved.
While still being entirely, she gives the story to the cop straight, having to put her foot down, something this tyrant didn't like for one bit, threatening to handcuff her.
You were being disorderly out in front of the house.
That's a lie.
That you were shouting at him.
No shouting.
And that you were not letting him get out of the car.
Never did. I was just standing there talking. We were just talking. He never said, move, I'm going to get out of the car. He had the heater on. He turned it off. He started the car back, and we were just talking.
Okay.
And I was leaving. We were about, I gave him a piece of mail that came to the house that he needed. And then we started talking about, we got to sell the house. And we were talking about pricing and just different things.
Can you just stand still, please?
Don't tell me how to move. You're not God.
I just asked you to please stand still.
I asked you to quit bossing me around. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I asked you. I'm not bossing.
You know what you're doing, sir. You know what you're doing.
You to stand still,
you know
please.
what you're doing. Stop.
Will you please?
Your ego is out of control.
I said
stop.
Please. Will you please just settle down?
I'm not doing anything wrong.
We were having a perfectly fine conversation.
Yeah. Me and Monty, did he tell you there was no problem? Did I tell you there was no problem?
Well, people.
And we didn't see anybody.
So I need to speak to people separately when it's a domestic violence possible issue.
Okay, I'm going.
Stop. You're under arrest. Okay, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You are under arrest.
Okay, I'm not doing nothing.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
Her anxiety was peaking at this point, and the controlling nature of the tyrant made her merely walk away. As a response, this tyrant wasted no time in arresting her, turning this peaceful situation into a mess in a split second.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop resisting.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop resisting.
Just stop right now.
Stop resisting.
Okay,
Put your hands behind your back.
I am. Stop
Put your
right
hands
now.
behind your back.
Stop right now.
Yes,
Stop.
expedite
You're
now.
out. No, you're lying.
Put your hands behind your back.
No,
Put your
I'm
hands
not.
behind your back.
I didn't do nothing, sir.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Stop.
Put
Please
your
don't make
other
this
hand.
something it's not.
Put your hand
I had
behind your
shoulder
back.
surgery. Will you stop?
Put your other hand behind your back
I
then.
didn't do nothing.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Listen, stop. Just stop right now. Stop.
Behind you.
You are harassing me. Please stop.
Put your hand behind your back.
I'm not doing nothing. I don't have a weapon.
Put your hand behind your
I'm
back.
not doing nothing wrong.
Put your hand behind
Ow,
your back.
you hit my head. Please
Put
stop.
your hand behind
I'm
your
not
back.
doing nothing wrong.
Put your hand behind your back.
Greta eventually begged the cop to have a little mercy. However, at this point, this officer had made up his mind on brutality.
Put your hand
You know
behind
what?
your back.
I didn't do
Put your hand behind your back.
Ow! Ow! That hurts!
Put your hand behind your back.
He's hit me! He's hit me!
On your back.
He's hit me!
Roll over.
He just hit me in the
Roll
face!
over. Put your
Christ.
Roll over.
I didn't do nothing!
Roll
I didn't do nothing! I did nothing! He hit me in the face!
Okay.
He hit me in the face!
Stop.
He hit me in the face, please!
Stop.
All I did was walk off! That's all I did!
Yeah.
That's all I did! I didn't do nothing!
Stop. We'll figure it
I
out.
did not do nothing! He hit me in the face like 3 times!
By this point, another officer enters the scene and takes over, but the damage was already done by Joubert. This clearly indicates that Officer Joubert had in fact assaulted Greta multiple times, not just what can be seen on the body cam footage.
You got a lawsuit! You thought you cannot do that to somebody! I didn't do nothing! I did nothing! Get the medical here! Get medical here! Right now! Right now! He busted my jaw! He busted my jaw! I didn't even move my hand! I didn't do anything!
Even whilst in pain and suffering on the cold concrete floor, Greta knew that her only way to fight this injustice was to file a lawsuit. This is exactly what she went on to do, filing a $1 million lawsuit against Officer Joubert, alleging that he violated her constitutional rights by using excessive force when he arrested her. She also argued that she had committed no crime. At this point, Joubert went over to talk to the landlord.
Officers, I'm so sorry. Are you the owner then?
Yes.
Okay. Where is Monty?
Monty was in his.
Yeah, he was when I got here.
Oh, okay.
Where did he? Is he inside?
He lives in the back.
Of which one?
The entrance. Let me grab my shoes real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. So what did you see happening?
So I pulled in, came home. I'll give you just a brief background and then tell you what I saw. I got home.
He's friendly for all I know. Like he was fine with me.
Okay. And we've had no issue. Monty's been great. He's a good neighbor. He's a good tenant. He's good. From all accounts, she provokes him. You know, if ever, you know, there's been a couple times where there's been kind of a dispute outdoors, and she really rides him pretty hard. But so she comes. He's made it clear. He's told me she's not welcome, and that I'm welcome to ask her to leave.
The landlord gave his side of the entire issue, recounting past incidents that none of these cops had ever witnessed before.
He got home from work, and he had no way to get her to leave. And so he started locking this outdoor door, and it goes down the stairs to another door. So since she couldn't talk to him through the door here, she's been coming to his window wells on the side and yelling at him through his window wells. And so that's where several times over the last few months, I mean, it's almost been on a weekly basis, I'll get a complaint from a neighbor because they can hear her yelling at him. And so probably 3 weeks ago, I came out. One time she was yelling at him down her window well, or down his window well, and I said, hey, what's going on here? You know, and I confronted her and asked her.
When was this?
This was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Defensive and angry with me at first, and it took about 5-10 minutes of her really challenging me. You know, what am I doing? Who's complaining? What's, you know, and obviously I didn't tell her the neighbor, but just said, look, you know, I really don't have a problem that you're here as long as you're welcome and you're civil. But when my neighbors are complaining, we have a problem. And if I have to involve the police or something, I basically kind of warned her, right? And it got better. She still came around a few times after that, but she was a little quieter. And then the last couple weeks, I've had a few more complaints.
Have we been here in the last couple of weeks?
No.
It appears the landlord is more concerned with Greta than her ex, Monty, is. If Monty doesn't feel the need to call 911 on her, it's unclear what crime she has actually committed. As the questioning of the landlord continues, Monty walks out.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Brian? Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. So
It goes too far sometimes.
Just so you know the circumstances, I had a neighbor text me again, and I was like, I felt like I've got.
We just want to get a statement from you guys separately before, because things kind of escalated. So, do you have any cameras here or anything?
I don't. I wish I did. I've got a ring that I need to install.
Were you watching what happened?
No, I saw you come here, and I almost wanted to point you around the corner. I should have.
Well, yeah, it was really weird because looking at the map and it says 207, 238, and then I'm like, okay, it's over here.
It's a 650 North
her.
address. To come into my garage, she was standing there at Monty's door. Talking
at his car
to
door?
him at his car door. She was standing at his car door. And so my immediate thought, you know, and this is something I don't know what the facts are, but was that she's got him pinned in his car and he's not getting out because he's trying to avoid confrontation. And
was his window up or down?
Up.
So the landlord took the liberty for everyone involved to alert the police for Greta simply talking to Monty. It's still no wonder how the landlord assumes something like this, considering he admits himself to not knowing the facts.
So this has been over months, and I have some text history.
Can I see that text, and can I get that neighbor's info?
Yeah.
That's what I just did too. Can you?
Oh, we got the whole crew.
There's an upstairs.
Wow.
There's an upstairs neighbor.
Up here?
That heard. Will you get a statement from her?
Yeah.
Actually, can we have you guys do witness statements?
What's that?
Just basically, you sign your name saying, yeah, this is what happened. Okay. Will you get statement 3, one for him, and then her upstairs?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For someone who is being harassed and bullied by their ex on a weekly basis, Monty sure does seem more than cheery around the police. Further adding to the facts that 911 was alerted about an incident which didn't even come close to being an actual crime. Nevertheless, it doesn't stop these corrupt cops from building their case and charging her with interfering with an arresting officer, a Class B misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct. However, these charges were dismissed by the Bountiful City prosecutor only a month later. Following these disturbing events, Greta filed a federal lawsuit, and the Bountiful Police Department had taken notice of this event as well. In a formal hearing concerning allegations that Joubert had violated several department policies during the arrest. Chief Edward Beeler issued a written reprimand, finding that Joubert striking Greta Jensen in the face was unreasonable and unnecessary. Jensen said Bountiful offered her a $20,000 settlement, but she turned it down after she was advised the city was lowballing her. Therefore, her case remains ongoing. If you think that the police just abuse those citizens who may be doing something unlawful, this next case follows the case of a completely lawful activity, which these tyrants turned into a crime.
Go outside.
No, sir. This is a public lobby. I'm doing legal business, sir.
You have been told 3 times not to
And
come.
I'm waiting
Listen,
for
look
the-
at me.
And I've been told by the
listen to
commissioner
me.
that if I have legal
You have
business,
been
I can
told
come in
3
this office,
times.
sir.
In this case, we follow the account of Annapolis Audit, who visited the Maryland Capitol Police Department to file a complaint, which is a completely normal and legal activity for inside a police station.
Hi, can I help you?
Yep. So I was here a couple weeks ago, and I turned this in, and it wasn't,
Hold on. Let me get a police officer for you.
Okay.
Have a seat right there. What's your name?
I'd rather not give that.
Well, the name is on your complaint, right?
No, it's not.
You'd rather not give your name for the officer to come out here and address you?
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, I checked, so there's no sergeant around.
Okay. So what's that supposed to mean? I'm just not allowed to turn in my complaint now?
It's not that you're not allowed to turn in your complaint, there's no one to accept it from you.
Okay, well, we're during business hours on a Tuesday afternoon, ma'am.
Well, this is session. Maryland General Assembly is in session right now.
Right down the street.
A lot of the officers are out on patrol.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to call one over here to do their job, ma'am.
Well,
You can't.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not a police officer.
Okay.
I'm trying to assist you.
I'm not talking to you like anything. I'm just saying you're gonna have to call a police officer down here. You can't deny me a public services.
By this point, the public servant starts to become defensive and try to justify the reasons that his complaint is not as important.
I'll sit over here and ring the doorbell, man. How about that? Oh, wait, so now there is a sergeant here, is what you're saying? So what you're saying is there is a sergeant here? Oh, yeah. Let's explain a big lie before you come out here, because you just told me there's no sergeant here. So how are you speaking to a sergeant? How are you speaking to a sergeant then, ma'am? How are you speaking to a sergeant if there's not one here? You want to answer that question? How are you speaking to a sergeant if there's not a sergeant here?
Hi, sir.
Hi, who are you, ma'am?
I'm Sergeant Alexander.
Sergeant Alexander, can you tell me why this lady just lied to me and said there's no sergeant here in the building? And it's all on videotape. If you want to sit down and go over it, we can sit down and go over it and you can see where you're wrong. We can go over it and you can see where you're wrong.
Okay, I hear you, sir, but what is it that you need?
I'm here to turn in a complaint.
Okay, all right, have a seat and we'll...
I did that, and then she came out here and told me there's no sergeant here to take it, but apparently there is, so...
I'm not in that.
There's still a sergeant here, though. Ma'am, regardless, it's during business hours on a business day. There has to be somebody to accept this. So then why did she say he wasn't here? Why did she say he wasn't here then? What is the issue? I'm trying to turn in paperwork. This is First Amendment protected activity. I'm here to turn in a paperwork. What's up, Chang? I'm here to turn in complaints. I don't know why the lady that came out there who was originally going to help me came out and said, oh, there's no sergeant here to help you, so...
Due to the receptionist lady's incompetence and bad management, other officers were also attracted towards the commotion. The auditor, on the other hand, kept trying to explain how he's just trying to practice his Fourth Amendment rights.
See how quick you got down here when you thought that I was causing a disturbance or when someone cried to call you down here, but nobody could come down here to help me 2 seconds ago. You see how quick both you just walked down here to try and infringe upon my rights, but yet neither one of you could walk down here and help me. Yeah, sir, I have paperwork to turn in. Don't walk away from me.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Sir, you're a public servant. I'm telling you.
No, you're not telling me.
I'm telling you.
Do you want to get arrested again?
Sir, I'm doing... Sir, this is legal.
Give me the papers.
Yeah, it's going to be date, stamp, and a copy to return to me.
I don't have a date stamp.
Well, that's how it's done, sir. That's the official way it's done. You can't change protocol. You can't change protocol just because you don't want to deal with me, sir.
I do want to deal with you.
Okay.
This tyrant of a cop couldn't bother properly practicing his own protocol to file a complaint and is just trying to wash his hands of the auditor, showing how he couldn't care less for the everyday concerns of citizens.
There's a legal, sir, there's a legal way of doing this.
Can you show me what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's a complaint right here from your... what else do you need to see, sir? You don't sir, you don't decide out here if the complaint's viable to get filled in or not. I get to turn it in, and then the review process process goes through the complaint, and then they decide if it's viable, and they're going to just do something with it, sir.
Cooperate with us right
Sir.
now, or you can leave.
They're sergeants. That's who you turn a complaint to.
Okay, so then why is it that I'm asking them to simply stamp it, sir? I'm asking them to...
Stamp it as received.
The auditor explained how the receive stamp is most important to confirm whether the complaint has been officially lodged.
This is legal business. I have legal business. No, ma'am, this is legal business. I'm in a public lobby.
I'm going to be here and I'm going to help you.
Okay.
Outside because you're disturbing.
I'm not disturbing anything, ma'am.
You're disturbing.
No,
the
I'm not,
flow of
ma'am.
working.
I'm asking them to do their job. They're disturbing it by
I'm here-
refusing me
I'm
services,
here to
ma'am.
help you. What do you need?
I need these stamped and returned to me. I need these dates stamped, receipted, and returned to me, ma'am. I'm
Is this the second one that you've done?
Yeah, it's the second one. I'm allowed to
Is
fill
it
it
the
more than
same
one.
thing?
No, it's not the same
Different
thing. This one is the same thing because it wasn't stamped and returned to me. I need this stamped, ma'am. This was not stamped and returned to me. I need these done properly. I'm not interfering with the flow of business. They're refusing to do it.
Hey, I want 2 sergeants here and a lieutenant. That's it. Everyone else can go.
What's up, Barnes? How you doing, buddy? Good, man. Good, man. How you doing? Good. I'm hanging in there, buddy. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to fill out complaints for what happened that day, but they're being ignorant about it. And then they're trying to say that I'm interfering with the flow of business. I came down here, I rang the doorbell, a lady came out. She goes, "There's no sergeant here to help you, so I don't know." She goes, "What do you mean?" Then she walks in there and goes, "Hey, Sergeant Alexander." What do you mean there's no sergeant here? You're speaking to one right now, man. Why is it you're lying to me? Then both of these, him and Shane came down here. Okay, that's pretty quick for someone not here to help me. You came down here pretty quick to try and arrest me.
We were in Lawyer's Mall.
But that's fine. They came down here pretty quick to try and arrest me, so why is it they can't come down here pretty quick to try and help me?
Obviously, the auditor's job is to try and push our government facilities and our public servants to the limit. This is what is standard to try and assess whether the police are professional enough to deal with any kind of citizen. This explains why the Annapolis audit has to be so stern and strict.
You said you can leave or you're going to be arrested. So that's how I thought you were going to arrest me because you said it, sir. It came out of your mouth. That's why I thought that.
You might want to look at your camera.
I have it.
You might want to look at that.
You might want to look at it.
All right, that's enough.
Get him out of here.
Go on.
Get him out of here.
I'm waiting for my paperwork, sir.
Go outside with
No, sir. This is a public lobby.
The man who just walked into the frame was none other than the department's police chief, Michael Wilson. One would think that he was there to help in the process, but instead, he just tried to throw his power around.
Yes, sir.
You have been told 3 times not to
And
come.
I'm waiting
Listen,
for
look
the-
at me.
And
You have
I've been told by the
listen to
commissioner
me.
that if I have legal
You have
business,
been
I can
told
come in
3
this office,
times
sir.
not to trespass
I'm not
into this
trespassing.
building
I'm doing
because
legal
you create
business.
a problem when
I'm
you're
doing
here.
legal business,
Now
sir.
I'm telling you to leave the building.
I'm doing legal
If
business,
you don't
sir.
leave the building, you're going to get arrested
I'm
again.
doing legal
and
business,
again,
sir.
and again.
I'm doing
you're
legal
not
business,
to come back
sir.
here.
I'm doing
It's
legal
not
business,
legal
sir.
business.
It is, sir.
Get out or get locked up.
I have a right.
Lock him up.
Sir, I have a right to file
You're under
grievances.
arrest for trespassing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
Rebecca, can you just please give me my paperwork so I can leave?
It's too late for that.
Sir, Rebecca, what
Too
is
late for
going
that.
on out here?
You're under arrest for trespassing.
I'm not, sir. I'm
You have
doing
been
legal
asked to
business.
leave. You've been told to
I'm
leave.
waiting for my paperwork so I can leave. Ma'am, please. That's all I'm waiting for so I can leave.
I wonder if it's this difficult for any everyday citizen to walk into a public building that is only there because of their taxes, to file a complaint without getting threatened to be arrested over half a dozen times.
How am I trespassing? I was told by the commissioner that I was allowed to come here and fill this. I asked the commissioner before I came down here, what am I allowed to do?
Trespass.
For filing a legal complaint? Sir, I'm gonna come back here. I have a right to file these complaints, sir. Yeah, my cell phone. No. My keys, my cell phone, my wallet. I don't understand why I'm being arrested. Okay. I'm filing a grievance, sir. Sir, I'm filing a grievance. I'm allowed here. Sir, this is a violation of 18 Code US 242. It's a deprivation of public services. I have a right to file grievances with my government, sir.
Yeah, Sergeant Stewart is working on right now.
After being thoroughly searched, placed in handcuffs, and facing more misconduct from the police chief, our auditor is thrown out of the building. This is only because the chief claims that he was trespassing, thus squashing his constitutional right.
Doing this was legal business, sir.
So your initial time that you came in, you were trying to get an investigation started.
I was trying to find out why my tags have been taken off my car.
I got you.
And that's when I was arrested down here.
Is this the second time you've filled out this paperwork? Who'd you fill it out on the first time?
You can see both of them right
Same
there.
one? Is this-
No,
this-
not the same thing. No, they're for different incidents, different
Oh, I
days,
got you,
different
I got
incidents.
you, I got you.
I thought if you guys are here to arrest me.
Well, we were coming to help you, but we were at Lawyers Mall with a large
I know,
crowd.
but then so she was helping me. So why did that guy get mad and trespass me and have me arrested for trespassing when Captain Labs was helping me? She was making the copy.
I understand.
I was explaining to you what was going on.
Right.
Like what?
I get it.
What's the issue here? So why am I in handcuffs?
Okay. Yeah, for trespassing.
Even now, after explaining his situation to another officer from start to end, he was still unable to get a clear answer for why or how he is in handcuffs for trespassing. This shows clearly how even these cops know something is not right about this whole situation.
You took your camera on?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Let it. I'd say let it roll until you get to the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Who's somebody? Somebody. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
I don't understand how I was told by the commissioner this was lawful and legal business. No, I haven't been banned. I haven't been banned, sir.
Okay.
You can't ban someone from doing a constitutionally protected activity. I have a right to file this, sir. You're right. I can't come here and just sit down and chill in the office. I can't go in there and do the security card processing center.
Mr. Falk, are you going to allow me to...
Later, he was escorted inside a police vehicle and taken to Anne Arundel County Detention Center, where he was booked on 2 counts of willfully disobeying in order to leave a public property while not having an apparent lawful business, and acting in a manner disruptive to disturbing the conduct of normal business, and also 1 act of willfully acting in a disorderly manner. On top of all this, he was held on $1,000 bail. All of this is simply for trying to practice his constitutionally protected activity. This just shows the length and the things that these corrupt and power-tripping tyrants would do simply to have a citizen lawfully try to file a complaint. The last case showed how the powers bestowed on cops and police chiefs are abused, but this next one will leave you stunned.
Get down. Get down. Down. Do you think I'm...
On December 5th, 2023, Deputy James Henry Carter III made a series of decisions that would cost him very dearly. He went completely crazy on a suspect during a chase, which he didn't realize was being recorded by his body cam the entire time.
Hey, you done, son? Get down. Get down. Down. Do you think I'm... Waistband, dude.
The suspect and victim of this brutal act of violence and racism was Rashard Keithan Duncan.
Reach into your waist, man. You think I'm messing with you? You got a gun? You got a gun? You don't know? No. I got him. I'm back here. I got you. It's your boy. You'll see. It's your boy. Get up. Because you reach into your waistband, that's why.
Now, during Carter's barrage of punches, he kept instructing him not to reach towards his waistband. When we can clearly see how incapacitated he is on the ground, how would he possibly reach for his waistband? Just like this, Carter lies to justify the beating he just served up.
Negative, just one person. Think you slick. Enjoy that little nap.
These cops violated several departmental policies, but that's nothing when it comes to the actions of this next tyrant.
Get back! Get back!
Palm Palmer shot the poor golden retriever 4 times, and surprisingly, his body camera was also muted during the entire event. Seeing their dog's condition, the owner, Tammy Kearns, completely lost herself.
Get me a bunch of cars out here. We got a bunch of people coming out. Get back!
You stupid fuck! You killed my dog!
Get back!
Why did you do it?
Damn,
I'm suing
get back!
you.
Okay, your dog charged. Get back.
You fuck! No, all these people seen that. That dog is harmless.
Okay, get ma'am.
No,
I need you
I'm
to
not.
get back. Ma'am, I need you back.
It's outrageous to think that a police officer shot a golden retriever to protect himself. That dog is indeed harmless, and there was no reason to go to this extreme length. Soon after, the men of the house also came out expressing rage and frustration at the officer's action.
Oh my God! We're
I'm suing you. I want your name. I want your badge. Everything.
Palmer,
Oh my God,
101.
Why couldn't you not?
Everybody get back! Everybody get back! Get back! Everybody get back!
Don't touch me!
Don't walk out back! Okay, get back! Do not touch! Get back! Get back! Everybody get back! Everybody get back! Okay, I appreciate it. Get back! Get back! Everybody get back!
So get back! Help the dog!
Everybody get back!
Like you I got you
get back!
Moments later, multiple units responded and arrived at the scene. The situation was traumatic as more people emerged out of the house.
Public side.
Don't touch me.
I got you on camera. I'm filing a lawsuit on your ass.
Okay, sit
He
tight.
shot her. He wasn't going after him. He shot her 4 times.
You better for it.
Everybody get back.
There's no
Get back. Everybody get back.
I got it on camera. I got it on camera. You're about to lose your job. I got the camera. About to lose your fucking job. I just pulled up. I got it.
Hey, you! Someone shot me! You stupid cunt! She wasn't even going after you! She was going across the street! I hope you lose your fucking job!
The officer went over to talk to his colleague and once again muted his body cam throughout. Shortly after, he left the place in his car, leaving the poor dog there with the family.
Am I right? You not doing this because you're stupid.
Hey, I'm boogieing out of here.
Because of you! Because of you!
The poor dog was taken to the hospital, but he tragically passed away. The Lorain Police Department analyzed the video footage and surprisingly claimed that the officer did not violate any departmental policy. However, he continued to remain on modified duty and will be facing disciplinary action for muting his body cam. This officer might have gotten off easily, but this next cop was owned for this huge mistake.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
On November 12, 2023, the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Officer dispatched a couple of deputies to a house after a woman complained about her boyfriend stealing her car and also sending her threatening text messages. Soon, the cops arrived at her home and asked her for more details about the situation.
Car back. I've been asking all night, can I get my car back? Like, I don't care about the argument. I don't even know what the argument is about. I just want my car. I don't want to deal with anything. I know anytime we get into it, whether I'm right or wrong, he puts his hands on me or he threatens to put his hands on me. It gets very violent. There he is.
In your car or walking up?
He's walking.
Surprisingly, as the officers were talking to her, her boyfriend came onto the scene, who was soon caught by the cops.
What I'm getting patted down for?
Because you're getting patted down.
Why?
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have no weapons
Okay.
on me. This is cute.
got no weapons on me.
Hands on your pockets.
What do you want to do?
I want my car.
Okay, I think it's at your mom's house, is what he's saying.
How did he get here if it's at my mom's house?
I know. Can you call your mom to see if the car's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not at the house? Okay. It's not home.
Okay.
Okay. I sent you you have my location, right? I'm on Green Acres. Yeah.
It appeared as if her boyfriend, 22-year-old Marquis Jackson, lied about the car being at the woman's mother's home, and soon the cops decided to arrest him.
Where's our car? Where's our car, Marquise?
Can I talk to her?
No.
Can I talk to her more?
Mm-mm.
Her keys right here. Her keys right here. Can I give you her keys?
Have you ever filled out an affidavit with us before? Okay, so the suspect is going to be his information. This, where it's the narrative, that's going to be what happened, the incident, okay?
The officers patted him down before they cuffed him and placed him in the back of the police cruiser. They started to investigate the stolen car, but had no idea that something bizarre was about to unfold.
My screen.
Right.
You know, so it's like, why would you send me a picture of that? I'll show you again and
Yeah.
tell me what that is. I don't know. Wait, I don't know what that piece is because that's not ordinarily there.
Right. Does he have anything on the firearm, like any aftermarket?
Like a silencer?
Mm-hmm. That's what that is.
We couldn't even tell, but more than likely it probably is a weapon. And he's like, I'm gonna bust your whole up. Like, I'm gonna your windows, I'm gonna bust your radio, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna bust your whole like,
okay.
By the time you get to your car, it's gonna be over with. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I want to be done with it. I don't even want to entertain it because he is known for playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I need to show you, like, I'm not playing. I want my car. That's that. Like how much I paid for my car?
Yeah, or how much you think that it would value at right now.
So okay.
Okay.
They found it.
Where is it?
1656 Hunt Club over here off MLK.
Shortly after, Deputy Jesse Hernandez decided to do a secondary search on Marquis, and as he went near the police cruiser, something shocking happened.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know. I'm hit! What? I'm there! In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
The deputy claimed that he was shot passed by the car. He fell down and opened fire at the car. The female officer also responded, and they both combined fired a total of 22 shots at the car while Marquis was inside, handcuffed.
I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Soon, chaos emerged and multiple units arrived at the location with pointed at the car. They thought Marquis had shot him, but they completely forgot that he was handcuffed and was also searched beforehand.
I'm not.
Hit? I don't know. It felt like it. Jesse, move over to me. I got you. Move over to me. Jesse, come back. Mark vehicle right there. Dude, am I hit? Come on. Let's get further back.
It was only later discovered that the deputy was never struck with a bullet. In fact, there was no gun fired. It was later discovered that an acorn hit the roof of the car, and the deputy mistook that sound as a gun being fired. Here's the distressing situation from the perspective of the female officer.
What? Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he?
In the car!
43, give me traffic. Shots fired. I got a deputy down. Off of McLaren. We're off of McLaren. Shots fired. I got a deputy down. Jesse, how are you?
The cops kept firing at the car where Marquis sat completely unarmed and helpless. His girlfriend was also terrified and kept pleading with the officer to stop, but to no avail.
Okay. No! Get back! I'm not gonna tell you go! Get back! Get her and get her back now!
No!
Stay inside your house. Stay inside your house.
Fortunately, Marquis escaped injuries and was saved. He later decided to file a lawsuit against those officers, and here's what his attorney had to say.
My name is Julia Quesada. I'm an attorney with Burris, Niesenbaum, Curry, and Lacey. It is not acceptable that these officers, deputies, and their department is calling this a mistake. It is not okay to call it a mistake. There is no mistake. There was no mistake that Marquis was unarmed. There's no mistake that he had already been searched. There's no mistake that he was already handcuffed in the back of a patrol car when these deputies opened fire. And there's no mistake that the department hasn't released all of the footage or the information related to the shooting. This is not okay. The deputy that shot, that said that he heard an acorn or after the fact that that's a mistake, that's not acceptable. He resigned. That's not accountability. The other deputy that was exonerated, that is not accountability. There has been no accountability, there has been no transparency, and there has been no justice. And we demand that. We demand transparency, we demand accountability, and we demand justice, and we stand with Marquis with this.
Shortly after, his male attorney also came onto the stage and raised some valid questions.
That is a question I wish that you would ask the law enforcement community. But I think the rush to judgment shown by the sergeant, there were some allegations that were made at the time, which turned out to be untrue. There was no real investigation by law enforcement except, well, we'll handcuff him and put him in the back. And then somehow, I don't know, maybe they thought you were Jason Bourne or somebody, Marquis, said that he escaped from handcuffs, pulled out a silenced weapon and started firing from inside the car. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, and I hope it sounds ridiculous to the public. So that's what we're here about.
The sheriff's office also took notice of the incident and launched an internal investigation into the incident. During the investigation, Deputy Jesse Hernandez resigned from his position. On the other hand, the female officer was eventually exonerated of any wrongdoing. The sheriff, however, was very vocal about Jesse's actions and claimed that he needed to be fired for this. This cop made a terrible error, but the next ones were even more stupid.
I don't know. That's called private property.
That's private property. Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
I don't know. That's called private property.
That's private property. Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come here, Sergeant. Come here.
Come here. I'm good.
What it says over here?
The outside if you like.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
In February 2024, a First Amendment auditor who goes by the name Siberian Tiger was walking down the road when he noticed a couple of police vehicles parked outside and he started to film them. That's when a police officer came out and confronted him.
Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you?
I don't know. What are you doing?
You don't know who?
Are you taking close-up pictures of the inside of the car? You can't do that, okay?
Says who?
Says me.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Well then,
Okay, you
get
can't
lost.
You cannot be taking pictures of the inside of these cars.
Watch me.
You cannot be taking pictures of the inside of the cars.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
You come over here all big tough guy?
Hey, you can't be taking pictures inside.
Says who?
Says me. It's a police car, okay?
And you, who are you?
I'm a sergeant, okay? I'm a supervisor.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
And
you can't be here.
And you can get lost.
It doesn't work that way, my friend.
How does that work?
He was a sergeant, and it was indeed shocking to see his low grasp on the law. Soon after, his ego started to kick in, and he became increasingly confrontational with the auditor.
Hey.
What? You're gonna get in my face like this?
Go find something else.
You think you're gonna intimidate me?
I'm intimidating you, man.
Then what's the problem?
I don't know. I'm wondering what the problem is with you.
You came over here all tough guy.
I'm wondering what the problem is with you. Because
there was no problem. What am I doing?
You can't be taking pictures of the inside.
Says who?
Says me.
What law?
I don't know.
Exactly. So get lost, tough guy.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, how's it gonna work?
I don't know.
Why don't you call your bobbies over here? Why don't you call your lieutenant?
No.
Other sergeants?
You show me out in front of the precinct with
Yeah?
taking some pictures of inside of the police car.
Dumb guy.
I'll take it.
What a dumb guy. Taking pictures of the inside of the vehicles that are public property. I'm on a public sidewalk taking pictures of everything that is open, visible from my eyes, okay? Which is First Amendment protected activity, and the tough guy shows up here and tells me I can't take pictures.
Taking pictures of the inside of the car is
you too? You want to get on my case too about taking pictures?
The auditor was within his rights as he was doing nothing wrong in taking photographs of a publicly owned vehicle. However, the sergeant wasn't ready to listen to him and soon called for more backup, only to get humiliated in front of everyone.
Inside of the vehicles in the computer.
What law is that? What am I breaking?
I don't know. That's called private property. You can't.
That's private property? Come here.
You can't.
Come here, sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come here, sergeant. Come here.
Come here. I'm good.
What it says over here?
The outside if you like.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
You tell me.
You don't know how to read? Any of you guys know how to read?
What's your goal, sir? What do you need today?
I was minding my own business. This guy comes over here, gets in my face, and gives me unlawful directives.
So, hey, sir, can you understand why we may be...
I don't need to understand anything.
Well, I'm going to explain why he was concerned.
Why?
So, we could be concerned that somebody is targeting our police vehicles or is looking inside there to see confidential information on the screen or in other things.
Okay.
So, this is a reasonable...
Whose responsibility to protect confidential information? Whose responsibility?
It's reasonable
Great.
to ask.
The officers were at fault for leaving their computer screens on inside the vehicle. The auditor then took the opportunity to teach them the difference between privately owned and publicly owned buildings and vehicles.
So next time when a law-abiding citizen inspects his own property, and you're my servant, that's my property. Everything that's on you, my property, except your personal effects. Okay. This building, my property. This vehicle, my property. You all, you, every one of you work for me. I tell you what to do, I tell you how to do it, I pay your wages.
Is that right?
That's right. And you answer to me. So when you get on my case, being a law-abiding citizen, quiet, I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Quiet. When I'm a law-abiding citizen and you get in my face and you start threatening me and you call your bobbies out here, assuming that I'm a criminal because you intend to do something against me, guess what?
What are you going to do?
You're going to get a piece of my action.
The cops soon realized that they were up against someone who had way more knowledge of the law than them. After everyone had tried their best, they eventually decided to retreat inside the building, leaving him alone, something they should have done quite earlier.
Trying to create a scene to get police attention.
Ask her. Ask her. I was walking down. I was walking on a sidewalk. I was walking on a sidewalk very quietly
on a YouTube channel.
Whatever you think.
So whatever your
I
goals
don't care
are,
what you think.
I want you to know very very clearly, sir.
That's right.
You are taking up valuable resources that could be helping the city.
Did I call you?
Because we are focused
Great.
on you.
Here's how you can end this.
So I think that's important.
This is how you can end this.
What do you need?
Go back to your job and mind your own damn business.
You need to not point your camera inside of police vehicles and record information off of our computers.
According to whom?
Don't do it.
According to whom?
That's it.
According to whom?
Sir.
What law is that?
Okay.
What law is that? Give me an ORS code that tells me that I am not lawfully allowed to look at anything that my eyes can see on a public sidewalk.
Okay.
What law is that?
We are going to leave, and we understand that you are not going to point inside of cameras.
Unless
and
I'm breaking the law,
computers.
you can take your orders
You stay
and
on
go to
public
hell
property.
with them.
You stay out of a roadway. You understand? You stay out of the roadway.
I'm protesting at this point, so I will stand wherever the hell I want.
Have a good day, sir.
Get lost. That's how you should have reacted in the first place. You come out here and you harass me, a law-abiding citizen, that's the reaction you're gonna get. Servants.
The auditor taught these cops a lesson, but these next cops took things up a notch.
Are you a supervisor? I was just explaining to Megan here that I'm an independent.
You have every right to film.
Yeah.
As long as you don't film the X-ray screens, because that's all sensitive. And,
Okay.
And impede the operation, you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
I think you're well within your rights. I think you know all of them.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. And your name was? Brett Kavanaugh. Brett. Wow, like the Supreme Court Justice. Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court Justice.
The officer was polite and friendly and had no problems with Sean filming inside the airport. However, suddenly State Trooper Lavoie came over and started to ask his ID.
Good morning, how are you, sir?
Trooper Lavoie with the state police. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Trooper?
Good, I'm here to find out what your business here is at the airport today.
Nothing, just gathering content for a story. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, great. Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to provide you with my ID, Trooper.
By a state trooper for your ID, you're going to have to provide this.
Connecticut, sir, is not a stop and ID state, and unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion, I've committed
about to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
Yeah.
I'm asking legally an order from a state trooper to provide me your ID. You're causing alarm at the airport. Multiple people have come up to us asking what you're doing.
There's a TSA supervisor who just told me I was well within my rights.
Please?
Sir,
put your hands behind your back, please.
I'm going.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
Sir.
The trooper took no time to get aggressive with the auditor, as he didn't seem interested in listening to him. He kept on escalating the situation, leaving Sean with no option.
Close any alarm. I don't.
Last answer.
I don't have any. I'm not going to put any. I'm not. I don't even have any ID on me.
That's going to be it. Okay.
I can give you my name and date of birth if you'd like. Do you have your body camera on, sir?
581.
One detained, refusing to provide ID. Is there anything on you that's going to harm me, poke, anything sharp?
I don't consent to any searches.
I didn't ask you that. Is there anything on you that's going to harm me?
No, and I don't
Knives,
consent.
needles, weapons?
No.
No? Where's your ID?
I don't have one.
No? What's this, sir?
That's my car key. Sir, I'm an independent journalist working on gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I have not broken any laws.
No one said that you did. You're not under arrest right now. You're being detained.
But why are you detaining
You're interfering with my investigation.
Sir, you need to have reasonable articulable suspicion.
Trooper Lavoie had completely lost it as he proceeded to arrest the auditor without any reason. He then proceeded to search him, while Sean kept on trying to knock some sense into him.
You need to stop trying to teach me
Why
legal.
are you shaking? I'm not going to hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. I'm trying to identify you because you're causing a disturbance at the airport. You refuse to provide me your ID. You're clearly doing this on purpose.
I'm not.
So we're going to go through the books by this.
I'm gathering content for a story. I told everybody I'm an independent journalist.
I get that. Now we're going to prove that, sir.
There is no proof of that. The First Amendment grants me the right of freedom of press. I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to
ask you again. What's your last name?
If I do not give you my name, sir,
you're going to be placed under arrest and taken to be fingerprinted to identify you.
Okay, my last name is Reyes.
How do you spell that?
R-E-Y-E-S.
Yeah.
As long as you say that, if you say you're going to put me under arrest, I will give you my name.
That's what we would have to do to identify you. It's not what I want to do.
You have no idea.
I came over here just to identify you.
John wasn't posing any threat to anyone, as he was just carrying out his constitutional right. But the trooper didn't seem to have any understanding of the law, as he kept on prolonging the illegal detainment.
One word. Can I get your supervisor here, Lavoy? One, under threat of arrest, I'm providing you that information.
It's not a threat. It's me telling you what has to happen.
Can I speak to your supervisor, Lavoy?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sir, I don't want to, since I'm being detained, I gave you my name, under threat of arrest. I'm not going to answer any more questions till your supervisor gets here, please.
Not a problem.
Invoke my fifth. Okay. Detaining me, I'm not going to answer any more questions. I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent because I want to speak to a supervisor, please, because you're making a big mistake here, Trooper. I'm telling you, you are.
Unfortunately, sir, you made the mistake by not identifying yourself.
Sean kept pleading his innocence to the corrupt trooper, but it wasn't changing anything. Both of them kept going back and forth with each other, while he was still handcuffed inside the airport.
Mr. Reyes,
yes.
There was no need for you to be handcuffed. You made it this way. You put yourself
can you
in this
take the
situation.
handcuffs off of
Absolutely
me?
not. Not until my backup arrives.
But why are you shaking? I'm not a threat
I'm not
to you,
shaking.
sir. I'm not a threat
You're detained right now. You're my responsibility. If you fall over,
I'm not a threat
you're
to
my
you.
responsibility. You're saying that, but I don't know that. I don't know that you're not a threat to anything here at the airport.
Sir, the way the world works, you can't handcuff people because you don't know if they're a threat or not, sir. That's dangerous that you're acting like this, really. Just because you're an officer doesn't mean give you the right to.
You're trying to provoke this, but it's not going to work.
Sir, how am I trying to provoke it? I'm trying to instruct you and educate you. So
That's not your job.
Sir, are you a supervisor, sir? I am not. Can I get a supervisor here? My rights are being violated.
We're working on that.
Why are they being violated? Because I'm in cuffs and I haven't broken any laws, sir. Sir? Sir, there is, as you know, an unlawful detainment. This is you know what that's going to happen, right?
Are you trying to scare me?
I'm just saying.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
I'm trying to tell you that this is unlawful, sir. I've been nothing but cordial with you since you came up to me.
Absolutely, except you interfered with my investigation and failed to provide your ID.
Trooper Lavoy was just not willing to listen to anything Sean had to say, as he was anxiously waiting for a supervisor to arrive.
The crime...
Can you articulate to me a crime?
I did not say that there was a crime committed, sir. I tried to identify you to make sure that there was no issue here, and you refused to do that.
If I were you,
then you would not put your hands behind your back.
If I were you, I would invoke your own right to remain silent, sir, because you're just digging yourself deeper in the hole. You just said there's no crime. Come on, man.
Not at this point, there isn't.
There was never. Yeah, okay. Fine. See, the problem is you think you're above the law, and you think you're above.
Absolutely
you think
not.
You're above a citizen.
You see, now you're projecting your thoughts because I'm in uniform. So no. Because I'm in uniform.
I'm assuming because you put me in cuffs.
Yeah, you're detained. That's 100% right. For failure to comply.
An unlawful detainment. Okay. Is the supervisor is coming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to explain it to you. I'm sure he is. All right.
The trooper himself accepted that Sean had committed no crime, but despite this, he remained in handcuffs. He clearly needs to get some additional training on the law.
De-escalation. If you do a little bit of de-escalation, things might go a little bit better for you and anybody else.
You could have too.
All I did was tell you I want to invoke my right. Is this a supervisor?
No.
Come on, man. Can I get a supervisor here? He's going to explain to you guys to release me immediately. I haven't broken any laws. This is insane. You can't. Just because you have trust issues, that doesn't mean you can put free citizens.
We have trust issues.
You can't put free citizens in handcuffs.
It's the nature of our job.
This is an unlawful detainment. And when the supervisor gets here, he's going to let you guys both know that, and he's going to tell you to release me.
We're going to release you as soon as we're able to do that. I'm not keeping you detained just because I feel like I want to. You understand that, right?
Yeah, no, you want to, because you put the cuffs on me. You definitely did.
While I was here by myself, and you weren't cooperating with me. Yes, you were handcuffed.
I was not aggressive.
No one said you were aggressive.
And all I told you was I'm not providing my ID because I don't have to.
Finally, after waiting for a long, the supervisor did arrive, and before getting a briefing from the state trooper, he went over to talk to Sean, who made sure to narrate the entire incident.
Sergeant Drummond.
Yes.
Sergeant Drummond, I would like to be released immediately from this unlawful detainment. I have not broken any laws. Your trooper did not have any reasonable articulable suspicion to identify me or in any way. I talked to supervisor from the TSA, Brett Kavanaugh. He told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint. This is a public building. I'm an independent journalist. He's violating my First Amendment right of freedom of press. And like I said, I would like to be released from these handcuffs.
Okay.
And he turned off my phone. Just, I would like to be released from these handcuffs immediately. I have not broken any laws, sir.
Okay. All right, why were you videotaping? Just out of curiosity.
Same thing I told your trooper. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I'm not going to divulge until the story is published. Now I guess the story has changed to an unlawful detainment by your officer, by your trooper, sorry. And like I said, the longer I'm in here, the longer you guys are violating my rights. So I would, as a supervisor, I would advise you to do the right thing here, sir, and have me undetained. Okay. Because I have not broken any laws.
The supervisor had much greater knowledge of the law compared to the trooper, and he made sure to release Sean immediately.
You are obligated legally to provide it. I know that you do not, that you need reasonable, articulable suspicion.
All right, turn on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You need reasonable, articulable suspicion, and I think I would like to file a formal complaint against this trooper. Okay. And I'll be writing a statement to your internal affairs, but I'd like to file a complaint with you as a supervisor.
Well, I will advise that.
Could you do that for me? Can you advise him that that's not the law? That's dangerous.
No. Actually, he had a reason to question you. You chose not to cooperate with him. You became the subject of an investigation. So
I do not have to provide my ID unless he articulates a crime.
Okay.
I'm going near my
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Be careful, man. Come on. What's wrong with you? Come on, man. This is all I'm called for. I don't know. I'll be talking to professional standards since your sergeants don't want him to do anything. You need to learn the law.
Don't point. Listen, we're done talking. We're done. Get your stuff. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, sir.
Not even a simple infraction?
Huh?
Not even a simple.
No, just let him go.
Simple infraction for what? I didn't break the law.
All right, let's go.
Well, the supervisor did release him from the handcuffs, but didn't say anything to the trooper. Sean really believed that he had been hard done. Therefore, he went over to the Connecticut State Police headquarters to file a complaint against him. The worst was yet to come for Sean as he was confronted by Sergeant Brian Fahey.
Thank you, sir. How you doing, Sergeant?
You're videotaping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
But what about you guys wear body cameras here? What's the difference?
I don't have a body camera.
I understand that. Can I get your name, Sergeant?
Yeah, Brian Fahey.
Brian Fahey.
Yep.
So there's a serious civil rights violation going on here. So as I was explaining to your other trooper, I'm a journalist, independent journalist, working on a story.
Okay.
And I was gathering content for that story at the Bradley Airport. TSA became concerned about me filming.
Okay.
A supervisor came over. The first person who was concerned called the supervisor. Supervisor said, "You have every right to film. It's not an issue. I know your rights. You know your rights. Continue what you're doing." One of your troopers at a Bradley Airport, trooper.
How can I help you today with pistol permits? Can I help you today with pistol permits?
The sergeant didn't seem to care about the problem Sean had with the trooper as he kept being rude. However, things were about to get even more difficult.
You can contact our internal affairs department. It's online, or there's a phone number.
You're a supervisor.
I'm a supervisor in charge of special licensing and firearms. So all these people that are in line, in 529 gun dealers in the state of Connecticut, that's what we're dealing with. There's an outlet for you to make your complaint.
There's a civil rights violation.
But there's an outlet for you to make your complaint, and you can make that. We've given you it.
Why are you guys acting like this? I'm trying to make a serious civil rights.
What? I don't know what you. I can't help you with your complaint today. You have your outlet. You can call IA. I can get you the number, or you can go online and make.
This is the headquarters. Can't somebody just come down here and speak to me from
no,
my
because
internal
our
affairs?
internal affairs division is not here.
I'll be right with you, brother.
You're all set here?
Excuse me?
Are you all set here?
Well, yeah. There's nothing else. Obviously, you can help me out with at this point.
So you're all set. So you're going to go to IA right now, correct?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
I'm going to be going.
Okay.
Sergeant Fahey had a problem with the auditor videotaping him, and within moments, he did something shocking.
I'm going to be going.
Okay. So you're going to stand here with your cell phone on?
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a busy man.
I am busy.
So you should get to work.
I should get to work? Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're going to have a problem between you and I.
You don't do it interfering. His body camera's on. His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I don't care. Right? This is private property. Okay?
I'm not doing anything.
You're not going to videotape me and have an attitude with me.
I'll get off of it.
I'm going to tell you what right now, dude. I'm not the one. Okay? I gave you the information you needed, and I gave you your outlet. Right? You were giving your outlet. No, you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face. Is what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. Take your cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay? Okay.
The corrupt sergeant snatched his phone away and pushed him out of the building. Sean was terrified to see the sergeant lose his cool as the officers tried to calm him down.
All right, where's your car at? Where's your car at?
I'm gonna go, man. I'm going.
All right, no, but where's your car?
Why didn't you know where my car's at? You were about to arrest me, man, for real?
I had
your body camera on?
Yeah, my body camera is on, buddy. I'm Trooper Costello, 1139.
Costello?
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, with the situation
you were gonna arrest me for real?
We're gonna detain you over what the situation was going on, man.
I'm leaving.
Conversation's over. Go ahead.
I'm leaving.
Thank you.
Sean went over to file a complaint against the trooper and the sergeant for his conduct. The trooper was found to be acting within the laws, and the sergeant was only suspended for 8 days. However, Sean has filed a civil rights lawsuit against the trooper and the sergeant. It is still under proceeding, and we can only hope that he gets the justice he deserves. Well, these officers certainly acted above the law, but these next cops did something even more shocking.
I'm calling 911.
In August 2022, a disabled man was trying to pay for his bicycle at a self-checkout lane in a Target when several police officers approached him.
Go ahead and grab all your money and walk out, okay? Take your money out. Do you want to walk us to walk you out or do you want to walk? Go ahead and put your money on there. I'm going to move this bike, okay? You're coming with us, okay?
You gotta go.
Gotcha. Take your money out. You're coming with us now, okay?
I just was getting
So go ahead and grab your money, sir. We'll be walking out, okay? Go ahead and pick your money out.
Can I please just
So we're going to grab your money out for you. Do you want to walk us to walk you out or we're leaving, okay? Put your money on there. You're going to lose this criminal trespasses so you can't come back to the city, okay?
I was just getting...
The disabled man was just having trouble while paying, but he had the money for his purchase. Instead of helping the poor guy out, the officers proceeded to do the unthinkable.
Money out, I just was getting...
Go ahead and grab your money, sir. We'll here's your money. Put it in your pouch.
Can I please hurry?
So we're going to grab the money for you, okay? Drop
Can
it
I
off.
please... I got all the
We're
money.
leaving, okay? Walk down, okay? And you're going to be identified, okay? You're not going to be criminal trespasses. That's okay. Come back and walk down, okay?
I'm calling 911. I was just getting... Money out. I don't want to lose it. I got my... I'm calling 911. No, wait. I'm calling 911.
That's okay. You're walking out, okay? Walking out. We'll just grab you.
I got my no, I...
The officers led by Officer Kenneth Skeens proceeded to use force against the disabled man. He was soon forced out of the store, and the officers started to question him.
I'm calling 911. No.
Try to hit anyone, okay?
I ain't hitting anyone. You're insulting me.
Alright, you got an ID on you, man?
I'm not giving you any idea.
You don't identify yourself under arrest, okay? This is going to be...
No, you're not police.
Yes, we are.
You're not your security.
Don't try to hit anyone, okay?
I ain't
What's your
hitting
name,
anyone.
man? Sit down.
You're insulting me.
Alright, you got an ID on you, man?
I'm not giving you any idea.
You don't identify yourself under arrest, okay? Which is it going to be?
You're not police.
Yes, we are.
No, you're not your security.
You got your pin and pad?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So what's your name, man?
The poor guy was still thinking that these officers were security guards at the store. At this point, he started dialing 911, hoping that the cops would come and save him. However, he had no idea that he was about to be taken in by the same officers.
Refusing to identify yourself, correct?
Who you calling, man? You ain't even
He's
pressed
calling
call
911. That's what he said anyway. So yeah, just go ahead and put him in handcuffs, because he's refusing to identify himself.
Okay, hold on.
I was just paying. I was just had my stuff locked in my fanny pack. And the security guards came, and I didn't take more time than anyone else. The other ones.
Just as he got on a call, the officers proceeded to do the unthinkable, much to the person's dismay.
So now you're going to be charged, okay, with concealing identity, resisting officers, okay?
No,
And you're going to be trespassed, so you can never come back here again, okay?
Stand
up.
No, that's not right. I was just paying my things. And I didn't know you were police officers.
Yes, we told you that already.
I didn't see your badge.
Okay, well, we told you, right?
You
We all have badges. It's not our fault you didn't look, man.
Security guards say they're police officers
We
all the
identified
time.
ourselves as Albuquerque Police.
Let's
We
go
had
ahead
a
and get
reason
him
to talk to you.
stood up and search.
The reason to talk to you was they didn't want you in there no more, okay? So we have the reason. We asked you your name. You didn't give us your name. That's
What was the
concealed identity.
reason?
It was later established that the store had called the cops on the poor guy. However, still, the cops should have investigated the issue before passing their judgment.
Sound good?
No, it don't sound good.
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
Hey,
already hung the phone.
I didn't do nothing.
Come on. Go ahead and stand up, man. Take a step for me and stand up.
No, because I didn't do nothing. 911, help me, please.
No one's on the phone, man.
I think there are police officers right there.
No,
I didn't see their badge. I didn't know they're police officers. I didn't do nothing.
You got a knife? I have a knife.
No, you better not take
We're gonna have to get him standing up, though. I'm not gonna.
Can you stand up, man? Are you gonna work with us at all? Because we gotta stand you up. You're under arrest. Okay, that's not changing now.
For what?
Concealing identity, resisting officers. Okay.
I didn't know you were police officers. How can
I told you.
conceal?
That's your own fault. You didn't listen. Okay. I can't help you with that.
He immediately realized his mistake and even told the cops that he was sorry about his behavior. Unfortunately, the officers had no empathy towards him as they proceeded to drag him to their police cruiser.
Can't believe us.
You look like security guards.
Go over here.
No.
Don't resist anymore. Stop.
Just walk, man.
No.
Just walk.
No.
Alright, we gotta search you, okay?
You
got anything on you that's gonna poke us, cut us, or hurt us?
Yeah, I got a couple of knives.
You got a couple of knives on you? Any needles?
You pulled me out. You without even identifying you. And then you
can't separate right now. We're in the subject's highway 39.
later you said you were
Alright,
a
sir.
police officer.
Don't make movements, man.
Just hold on tight. Gotta get those bags off you, man, okay?
I can take them off. I'm the only
No,
one
we're
that
not
can take them off.
The officer's demeanor at this point was sickening as none of them tried to understand the situation. Shortly after they started to search him,
Separate your feet. So, let me ask you this. You know we're cops now, right? Do you want to identify yourself?
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Do you have an ID anywhere? Where's your ID at?
Yes.
What's your name? Tell me your name. You gonna tell me anything, man?
Not till I get a lawyer.
What?
Just let me take it off myself, will you please? Will you let me take it off myself? Will you let me take it off myself?
We're gonna get it off. Calm down.
Tied. See, I cut it.
I will take it off myself.
You got me?
Separate your feet.
It's my money.
That's fine. Then clutch in your hand, but stop trying to reach into your pocket.
Cell phone. Other cell phone, huh?
I didn't do nothing.
We told you what's going on. Stop.
I didn't
I'm
know
done
that.
with you.
You
Stop.
didn't explain it.
Separate your feet.
You didn't show me your badge.
I didn't have to. We identified ourselves.
You just said.
Well, we are cops, so we are police officers, so.
they kept on searching for him for a good 5 minutes and proceeded to take everything from him, including his money, which he was certainly not willing to give.
But I'm telling you what we gotta say. Alright? You know what I'm saying?
His name's Matthew McManus.
Matthew McManus, that's your name?
So Matthew, here's what you're under arrest for, okay? Concealing identity and resisting evading obstructing officers, okay?
No.
That's what you're under arrest for.
I don't have to. I thought I didn't. I don't have to. So I need to.
So if you could,
security guard.
you could release your money.
I thought
Hey,
this is
drop
my
your money.
money.
We're taking it with us.
Drop it, man.
It'll be
I
checked
thought
in.
you were security.
Drop the money, man.
Here, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll make sure it goes with all
I
your
didn't
money,
have
man.
to say my. I did.
It's okay. It's going with you. It's going with you. Everything else in your hands? We're not gonna steal your money. That's not us. You got bags? Evidence bags for us property? Alright.
The officers then took him inside the police cruiser as he was about to be taken to the police station for a crime he didn't commit.
All I was doing it was paying for my things.
Yeah, it was explained to me.
And you had to cut off one of my fanny packs. You know, you saw how hard it is to get my money out. And I was trying to get my money out, and I got it all out. And then you came, and I thought you were a security guard.
As we conclude this video, we reflect on instances where citizens took control of their freedom of speech and took the necessary steps required to teach such people a lesson. It's alarming to see that average citizens know the law better than the officers who are supposed to enforce it. If you share my concern, kindly express your support by liking this video. Additionally, subscribe to stay informed about future cases of this nature. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend checking out the next one right here.